И представляем вашему вниманию 8-раундовый поединок в промежуточном весе до 84 килограммов. И первым в ринг. Добро пожаловать, боксеры из Танзании, Yusuf CHANGALAWE.
Well, if you're a fan of IBA boxing, particularly the 3-round format, then this man needs no introduction. Yusuf CHANGALAWE, the soldier from the East African nation of Tanzania. 28 years of age. So many accomplishments over the 3-round format. The 2024 All Africa Games bronze medalist from the edition that was held in the Ghanaian capital of Accra. The 2023 African Continental bronze medalist from the edition in Yaoundé, Cameroon. And I was ringside at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham to see him box his way to bronze there at 80 kilograms.
Giorgi Nightmare KUSHITASHVILI.
And equally, the man approaching the boxing ring, one of the most accomplished 3-round IBA operators in the world, undefeated in the professional ranks with 2 wins out of 2, but in the 3-round format, he is simply sensational. A 2-time World Championship bronze medalist, having secured back-to-back bronzes in the last 2 editions in Tashkent and in Dubai just before Christmas. I was ringside to commentate on both of those runs through to the medal podium. A European Championship bronze medalist, European Championship gold medalist from the edition in Yerevan in 2022. Here he is to perform on the IBA.PRO stage.
Ему 28 лет, его рост 175 сантиметров, а вес 85 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 3 победы без поражений. Дамы и господа, из Дар-эс-Салама, Танзания, доселе непобежденный Yusuf CHANGALAWE. А вот и его соперник в золотом углу. Ему 30 лет. Рост 190 сантиметров, а вес 83,1 килограмма. Профессиональный рекорд 2 победы без поражений. Обе победы одержаны нокаутом. Дамы и господа, он чемпион Грузии. Из Тбилиси, Грузия, приветствуйте, Giorgi Nightmare KUSHITASHVILI. Рефери поединка Дмитрий Болдырев.
Quick look at the tail of the tape. Ahead of this contest, considerable advantage in height for Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI.
Are you ready? Ready? Готовы? Box.
So we're underway then. This is action. Scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds. Contest around the 80-kilogram mark. 2 of the very best operators in the world over the 3-round format. Each of them competed previously in IBA.PRO events. Ringside is the Yusuf CHANGALAWE's IBA.PRO debut in the Ethiopian capital of Addis Ababa in August of 2024, won on a split decision victory that night over Peter. Again, his 3-round accomplishments. He takes a cracking right cross over the top from Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI, who is also no stranger to IBA.PRO events, having competed at the Agenda Arena in Dubai in 2024. Ringside to commentate on that event. It's a real extravaganza. Well, it's still called IBA Champions Nights at that point, before the rebranding at the start of last year. He too undefeated in the pro ranks, 2 wins out of 2, but hasn't been the most active in the conventional pro ranks. Made his debut back in December of 2021, one bout thereafter in February of 2022, and since then it's been concentrating on the 3-round format for KUSHITASHVILI, including making it through to the Paris Olympic Games. In that tournament, he competed way up at over 90 kilograms. Reduced opportunities, remember, in terms of weight in the Olympic Games to ensure that there's parity between men and women boxers. So competed as a 92 kilogram heavyweight in Paris 2024. Looking to keep Changalawe pinned near the corner. Changalawe looking to bob and weave before digging away downstairs to the body. Something of an unusual experience for Changalawe. He gets to work with the left hand, uppercut hook on the inside, but something of an unusual experience to be the shorter boxer by such a distance. And KUSHITASHVILI finding his man on the end of those long, stinging punches. There's a cracking right cross that just causes Changalawe to become disorganized. He still hasn't got himself out of the corner. KUSHITASHVILI, sensing that he may have his man going, keen to keep the pressure piled on. Changalawe fires back with a right cross, just to let KUSHITASHVILI know that he's still in there competing, but a left hand to the body, right cross to the chin from KUSHITASHVILI, continuing to keep Changalawe pinned in the corner. Simply can't get away from the neutral corner turnbuckle. High tempo first 3 minutes, where it was KUSHITASHVILI dictating the tempo of the contest. Some of the action from the opening round. Changalawe perhaps guilty of spending far too much time near the ropes. And that just invited pressure from KUSHITASHVILI. When he found his range with long looping left such as that, he invariably followed up with the backhand. So Changalawe, for my money, has lost that opening round. There was a stage where KUSHITASHVILI looked to be keen on pressing home his advantage. So into the second round then of a contest that is scheduled for 8. Changalawe out with altogether more aggressive intent to begin this second round. Effective defenses behind high-held gloves from KUSHITASHVILI. Shoots out a left jab. Contest right around the light heavyweight limit. Again, that's a towering figure in the light heavyweight division of KUSHITASHVILI. Terrific left uppercut snuck through on the inside by Changalawe, and then he comes forward, left-right combination, but countered immediately by a rapier-like right from KUSHITASHVILI. Cracking exchange during this passage of the round. Good right uppercut turned underneath by Changalawe, and then he brings the backhand into play once again, followed by a left uppercut. KUSHITASHVILI following with 2 backhands in a row, and then drops down to the body with Changalawe on the ropes. And Changalawe just been put under pressure here now. He's got to try and get his defenses back in order. He's trying to fight fire with fire, and it's resulting in terrific two-way action that has got the crowd energized here at the KSK Arena. Just beyond the halfway stage of this second round. Left hook from out of the corner from Changalawe. Then a right hand dug to the solar plexus on the inside. Oh, that's a good left hook to the body, and Changalawe had to take a step back. Continuing to pile on the pressure is KUSHITASHVILI. Changalawe just in danger of becoming a little bit disorganized here now. He's standing totally square on the ropes. He's trying to bob and weave. Then he tried to claim his man, but missed. And this a terrific passage of the round once again for KUSHITASHVILI. Back into the breach steps Changalawe. His attempted uppercut and hook was countered swiftly by KUSHITASHVILI. Then another piercing right cross, left hook, and KUSHITASHVILI showing wonderful variety here now. But look at the toughness and competitiveness being demonstrated by the man from Dar es Salaam. Double left hand, uppercut, jab, then a right cross from KUSHITASHVILI. Right hand over the top from KUSHITASHVILI. CHANGALAWE steps back into the fray once more, but KUSHITASHVILI, in what has been an absolutely breathtaking back and forth second round, in which the man from Tbilisi, who has got the better of it for my money, but CHANGALAWE, credit to him, he really did try to change things up and stick it on Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI. KUSHITASHVILI met him, matched him, and indeed raised him to produce an absolutely wonderful 3 minutes of boxing in the second round of this light heavyweight contest. Some of the action from round number 2 as CHANGALAWE looked to put his man under pressure, finding the home for his right hand, but invariably, inevitably, KUSHITASHVILI would fire straight back. Yeah, reverse 1-2, right cross, left jab, followed by another right cross. CHANGALAWE showing stout punch resistance. His head was up in the air because he was so intent on getting his own offense away, but that's the type of back and forth action that characterized round number 2. So into the third round we go. KUSHITASHVILI, particularly when I was ringside in Paris to commentate on the Olympic Games, because he was conceding so much weight despite his height, to each his way into the 92 kilogram heavyweight division at the Paris Olympic Games. Here he is in his altogether more natural weight class, around 80 kilograms. But he exhibited wonderful boxing skill during the Paris Summer Games. And again, two-way action of the most ferocious order being exhibited once again. But here, he's seeking to be the front foot aggressor. CHANGALAWE looking for left hands on the inside. There he sneaks in a nice left uppercut. Jab thrusted out almost simultaneously. There's another left uppercut turned underneath by CHANGALAWE, but it's countered by a cluster of punches from KUSHITASHVILI. To give you an idea as to how effective, how accomplished Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI is on the global stage of 3-round boxing. He takes operators of the measure of Lauren Alfonso Berto Dominguez, the Cuban, represents Azerbaijan, and Sharabuddin Atayev. They're the two boxers who have bested him at the semi-final stage at the last 2 editions of the IBA World Championships. With Alfonso Dominguez, who outpointed him in Tashkent, was ringside for that tournament, and Atayev, who bested him en route to the gold medal, his second successive gold medal in Dubai just before Christmas in that open-air extravaganza at the tennis stadium. I've been ringside to commentate on both of those events, and KUSHITASHVILI solidifying his credentials as one of the very best in the world. Here he is in a contest scheduled for 8 against the accomplished figure of the man from the East African nation of Tanzania. There's a clipping left uppercut turned underneath. KUSHITASHVILI went in search of the same shot once again. CHANGALAWE bobbing and weaving, his chin remaining rather up in the air, and it's been checked by that left hook, which caused him to totter into his own corner. Trying to keep his wits about him and respond with a jab of his own is CHANGALAWE. But KUSHITASHVILI having the better of these trade-offs in this light heavyweight contest that is being fought at a really high pace. CHANGALAWE on the 10-second clapper, keen to get onto the front foot. 3 rounds completed, and my goodness, this one being fought at a tempo that is searingly hot. So some of the action from round number 3. Straight punches being sought by both men, but it's KUSHITASHVILI who again utilized sticking and moving during the Paris Olympic Games because of the disadvantage he faced in terms of natural weight up at 92 kilograms here. He's seeking to be a front foot destroyer against a man who is shorter than he in the form of Yusuf CHANGALAWE. So we move into round number 4. Left hook to the body while the sound of the bell still ringing around the KSK Arena, landed by CHANGALAWE, and he's targeting the long, lean torso of the towering figure of KUSHITASHVILI very effectively indeed in the first 20 seconds of this 4th round. Two men changing left hand, looking for the counter. Right cross is KUSHITASHVILI. CHANGALAWE continuing to explore the body with that spearing jab downstairs. Again, CHANGALAWE, when he retreats to the ropes like that, he does invite pressure. Left hand to the body was followed by a right hand downstairs, which was demonstrably low. Offering his apology in the form of a touch of gloves, CHANGALAWE, but that doesn't reduce the pain and discomfort that KUSHITASHVILI will have endured. That left hand looked on the borderline once again. That follow-up left hand certainly was low. My goodness. The effectiveness of the protective cut being tested by these low blows that have been dug in from CHANGALAWE. There's a sumptuous left hook downstairs from KUSHITASHVILI. But CHANGALAWE going body hunting here in round number 4. KUSHITASHVILI reciprocating in that regard as he scores with a good left hand to the body before scoring with a broom handle of a left jab upstairs. CHANGALAWE very busy as he's seeking to hold his feet now and stand in the pocket and not retreat to the ropes or be pushed back to the ropes, where he was spending a significant amount of time over the course of the first 3 rounds. Discernible change of tactics trying to be implemented here by CHANGALAWE, but there he finds himself bulldozed back to the ropes once again by the shaven-headed figure from Tbilisi. Measuring his man with the left hand, heel of the glove into CHANGALAWE's face before KUSHITASHVILI went in search of the right uppercut. Well, he's walking a real tightrope here, and I think he may have invoked the ire of the referee. Repeated low blows from Yusuf CHANGALAWE. He doesn't agree with the verdict, but on numerous occasions here in the 4th round, as CHANGALAWE was going in search of the body, he has strayed below the belt line. Good left hook launched and landed upstairs by CHANGALAWE. But a point deduction on the card now of CHANGALAWE. Good right hand driven in by KUSHITASHVILI, turning right uppercuts underneath. The first one found a home, grazing the chin of CHANGALAWE. CHANGALAWE swinging a left hook while pinned near his own corner. You have to credit the man from Tanzania for seeking to change things up as comprehensively as he sought to do here in round number 4, but he's been docked a point for repeated low blows. Good left hook downstairs from KUSHITASHVILI. Repeated low blows as he changed his approach and repeatedly hunted the body of the 2-time World Championship bronze medalist.
Когда серийно работаешь узко, все идет. Вот вся работа, которую ты узко бьешь, не хочешь вложиться, она все заходит.
Some of the action from round number 4. CHANGALAWE walked out of his corner to begin the 4th round, and while the sound of the bell was still ringing in the arena, he launched a left hook to the body. He kept that attack going, but so intent was he on landing to the torso of KUSHITASHVILI that he repeatedly strayed low, inadvertently probably, but low nonetheless, and the referee, Dmitry Boldriev, docking a point for repeated infringements in that regard. A bit of swelling perhaps appearing on the right eye of KUSHITASHVILI as we move into the second half of the light heavyweight contest scheduled for 8. KUSHITASHVILI Appearing between hands that are held high, seeking to walk down Changalawe, keeping pinned near the strand. Good right hand landed downstairs from KUSHITASHVILI. The left hook just managed to get behind the right glove of KUSHITASHVILI from Changalawe. Now to left hook. Intuitively got there first before the attempted lead-off shot from Changalawe. Effective crisp counter-punching from KUSHITASHVILI. And doubling up the hook down to the body, and I think that has hurt Changalawe. He clamped his right elbow to his flank and then started intimating to the referee, Mr. Dmitry Boldriev, that he was hurt to the back of the head by a rabbit punch. And now he's on his bike. KUSHITASHVILI scores with a thrusting right cross just above the belt line. Changalawe still feeling the effects of that body shot that caused him to clamp his right elbow to his side. See that he's up on the back foot now, completely different posture to the front foot pressure he was seeking to apply in the third round.
Step back.
Spent any time in the boxing ring, the pain of a body shot is something that can take a while to dissipate, and it's been, oh my goodness, the left hook downstairs once again. Surely looked to bring about leaden-footed movement from Changalawe, but he bravely bites down, seeks to swarm his way forwards once more, but he's been picked off repeatedly by right crosses. That one dipped his knees and caused him to totter backwards across the boxing ring. He's trying to bob and weave in the neutral corner, but these are really difficult moments being endured by Yusuf Changalawe. Repeated right hands, disrupting the man's boxing stance, tries to claim KUSHITASHVILI around the waist, the referee intervening to prise the two men apart. So all of Changalawe's experience and commitment being put to the test here. There's another power-driving right cross, two in quick succession. It's the ropes that is holding him up, and he finally slumps down the corner post of his own corner to be deposited on the canvas in the fifth round. And I'm not sure he has got the energy or the wherewithal to beat the count. Looked into the eyes of the referee, Mr. Dmitry Boldriev, as the 10 count was being told. But I think all of the resistance, energy and ambition was punched out of Yusuf Changalawe during the course of that unrelenting fifth round onslaught launched by Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI. A very good contest indeed, but KUSHITASHVILI's spearing right cross landing right at the end of his range. That was the shot that caused Changalawe to go tottering backwards across the boxing ring. And these the final moments of what proved to be the denouement. Repeated right hands crashing home. Changalawe finding himself in that really difficult position of not having the energy or the coordination to raise his hands in defense. And he was overwhelmed and bludgeoned down to the canvas by the non-stop two-fisted attacks of Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI. So KUSHITASHVILI remaining undefeated in the professional ranks, here adding a win on the IBA.PRO stage to the one that he earned in Dubai in 2024. Just dabbled in the conventional professional ranks in 2021 and 2022. While Yusuf Changalawe played his part in what was a terrific contest filled with two-way action. I don't think he won a round, but he was always in there competing, pitching, and it made for a fantastically entertaining and competitive affair. He was doctor point in the fourth round for a low blow, and then in the fifth round, as we entered the second half of the contest, KUSHITASHVILI came out behind high-held gloves, walked his man down repeatedly, and let accurate straight punches go, and it was the right cross that really did put Changalawe into some difficulty. And once he saw that he had his man going, well, KUSHITASHVILI was relentless. Thankfully, Changalawe appears to be okay. But again, when you consider the three-round credentials of both of these boxers, back-to-back bronze medals on the World Championship stage for KUSHITASHVILI, repeated continental bronzes for Changalawe, and here they are meeting over 8 3-minute rounds. Terrific level demonstrated by both of these boxers here at IBA.PRO 15.
объявил остановку боя через 2 минуты и 35 секунд 5-го раунда. Одержал победу нокаутом и продолжает оставаться не знающим поражений Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI, Грузия.
So Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI, a KO victor in round number 5 against the incredibly spirited, competitive and game Yusuf CHANGALAWE, the All African Games bronze medalist.
Всех приветствую, друзья. Всем спасибо, кто пришел поболеть. Моей команде спасибо. Я хочу сделать обращение к Шарабудину Атаеву. Он себя превозносит, говоря, что у него там какие-то сапоги, вездеходы там непонятные. Я тебя вызываю на бой, соглашайся. Я общался еще и даже с твоим менеджером, и он мне говорит, дойди до него. Куда доходить? Я тебя 2 раза выиграл. 3-й бой тоже, я считаю, что я выиграл. Как минимум спорный бой. И ты должен выйти и доказать, что ты лучше. А не бегать и говорить, дойди до меня. Умар Назарович, я вас прошу, организуйте нам этот бой. И посмотрим, кто лучше. Я считаю, что он должен принять этот бой, если он настоящий горец. Принимай бой, выходи и все выясним здесь в ринге. А так, всем добра, всей республике Бурятии, Валерию Пурбуевичу Дарживу, всем, кто мне помогает, моей команде, моей Грузии, Сакартвелос Гаумарджос. Да, спасибо, Али, вам спасибо. Друзья, спасибо за внимание.
Giorgi «Ночной кошмар» KUSHITASHVILI.
So Giorgi KUSHITASHVILI